Advice to my 20-year-old self, Part 8. Dear Ryan, I'm both joyful and saddened to say that this will be my final letter to you, and yet also the piece of advice that may become the most important compass point in your life. I have touched on it throughout the other letters, but in this final exchange, we will explore it more deeply. Mindset matters most. This simple mantra will become one of your greatest treasures because it constantly reminds you that your mind is the bridge between your inner and outer worlds. The quality of your thoughts, your attention, and your awareness shape how you experience reality itself. At this stage in your life, you are already beginning to see the power of the mind. In sports, you have visualized yourself succeeding before the moment even happened. You have imagined races before stepping into the starting blocks. What you are only beginning to understand is that this same creative process extends into every area of life. Everything is experienced through the mind first. Your thoughts, imagination, inner dialogue, memories, fears, hopes, prayers, and beliefs all pass through this inner space. Even now, as you read this letter, there is a voice in your head speaking these words back to you. Images appear in your imagination while you read. You're beginning to understand how powerful your inner world truly is. This is why your mindset matters so much. Not because you can control everything that happens in life, but because your mindset shapes how you respond to what happens. The same challenge can either strengthen you or consume you, depending on the relationship you build with your own mind. Think of your mind like a garden. You're responsible for the quality of the soil, what you plant, what you water, and eventually what you harvest. Your awareness becomes the tool that helps you observe what is growing there. Some thoughts nourish you, others slowly poison your energy, your confidence, and your relationships. Learning to observe your mind without immediately becoming lost in it will change your life. Creating quiet space each day will help you become more aware of your inner state. In those moments of stillness, you will begin to understand yourself more honestly. You will notice your patterns, your fears, your emotional reactions, and also your strengths. This awareness allows you to reconnect many of the lessons from the previous letters. You become more balanced because you notice when you are out of balance. You forgive faster because you become aware of the weight you are carrying. You take your time because you stop allowing your mind to rush your life. You treat others with more respect because you become less reactive internally. You learn to dance with your darkness because you no longer fear looking within. Everything connects. Over time, your mindset will either become your greatest ally or your greatest obstacle. There will be periods where you become lost in negative thinking, fear, self-judgment, or hopelessness. During those moments, remember that the mind can create both prisons and pathways. Observation and awareness help you find the difference. What you hold in your head, you can hold in your hands. Thoughts become feelings, feelings become actions, actions become habits, habits shape your life. The more responsibility you take for your inner world, the more power you regain over your outer one. This does not mean becoming perfect or endlessly positive. It means becoming conscious, honest, aware of the energy you are feeding daily through your thoughts, words, habits, and attention. Keeping mindset matters most close to your heart will help guide you through some very dark periods later in life. It will remind you that even when circumstances feel overwhelming, you still have influence over how you meet the moment. And that changes everything. I want to close this final letter not with goodbye, but with gratitude. These 8 letters become something more than advice. They became a bridge across time, connecting different versions of ourselves through reflection, honesty, pain, growth, and love. In many ways, writing them has helped heal and transform parts of me too. I hope when you read these words, when you hear these words, you feel supported, not judged, not pressured, Simply reminded that growth is possible when you stay open to learning from your experiences, instead of becoming hardened by them. Thank you for listening. With unconditional love, Future Ryan, aged 44.